Pizza Hut. We're here in the Long Dark. Currently in Forlorn Muskeg. Gonna do a little bit of forging, make some arrowheads while I'm here. But the main thing I wanted to talk about while I'm here is so I've been trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, how I want to play. In custom mode, now that I've basically got everything in place that I want badge-wise. There's still one more I'm working on, and I still want the Blizzard badge, the one that reduces the amount of wind. Yeah, there we go. There. So just 5% away from that. But reduces the wind by 25%. I don't really care about this one right here. The wind in this game is silly. It just kind of bugs me a bit, so.
I'm not going to be able to carry this
I wonder
load
if I need a
much
few
longer.
more. Here. But basically, I'm at a point where I'm happy with my map knowledge. Uh, you know, even if I can't say I know, I know enough of all the maps that I can get around. I feel comfortable getting from and to each one, and that's probably enough. And basically, being able to survive well enough. But I'm trying to figure out the baseline loot of what I want. And so what I did was, I have another playthrough I really enjoyed. I started in Ash Canyon. It's on the low loot level, so basically the interloper loot. I thought, well, if I was going to start one with such low base level loot, I might as well get the backpack and be able to carry a bunch of stuff. And I knew it'd be tough, but with some opportunities to get some good gear along the way. Kind of in the background of my mind. By going from Ash to Timberwolf, Timberwolf to Pleasant Valley, Pleasant Valley to Mystery. And that's a good run. It's going well. The only thing that's... So here's what I'd like, right? And it's not impossible. It's just annoying. And I wanted to test a few things. But on the low baseline, you can't make... Or no, I'm sorry. You can't find axes and knives. I personally just...
Perfect.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Even if you found a butcher's knife in someone's kitchen, that, anyway. I feel like Interloper is less of a realistic hard mode than it is just a punishment or insane mode. It just takes a lot of what I would consider realism out of the game. For the sake of just making the game harder. So, I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. I just don't feel like there's a good middle ground. I don't feel Stalker is a good representation of a hard mode either. It's wolf mode. It's predator mode. It's not really that balanced of a hard mode either. So anyway, point being, I personally want to figure out what I want to do in custom mode that I find works for me. What I would like is the low baseline loot table, but I'd still like to have hatchets and knives. But even if you're not going to be able, if that, well, as of right now, you can't do anything but that. So I don't mind that too much. I can get to a forge and make, you know, a hatchet and some stone knives, etc. That's not the big deal. But I also want to have rifles and pistols, which you can do. So even though you need to go find, you know, you got to find a forge to make the knife and the hatchet, you can use a hammer and a hacksaw in replacement, at least to some degree, for those. And you, but the problem is there's no gun cleaning kits. And generally speaking, most of the stuff that you find isn't in that great a shape. So basically, you could find 3 or 4 rifles, but if the best one's at 54%, that's what you got to work with. So I thought, okay, well, I've done the medium loot table before and thought, well, it wasn't that much more difficult or problematic than whatever the pilgrim loot table is. Loot system or whatever. I guess Interloper's the only one really with loot tables. I don't know. Point being, I didn't find it that challenging, but I was kind of curious to see, well, alright. I'd really like to have the gun cleaning kits. I still want the guns, you know. I'd rather just, it's not that I have a problem with the bow, I just don't want to be bow only if I don't have to be. As far as finding weapons and ammo, that's not really a problem. And plus there's the ability to make more if you need to. But you only got to have so many shots before the guns are just trashed. And I mean, at a certain point, they're just going to start misfiring and not working anyway. So, I mean, having a gun at 30% isn't really like even having a gun. I think, what, 144 is that max? Yeah, that's max. Oh, come here. I guess I don't need too much firewood to sustain. I don't have too many arrowheads. Or pieces of scrap metal. 18 hours. Probably get her done. But I need to goof around for a minute and whittle this fire down. So we'll take it to make a little water. So anyway, I'm going to get to the point here in just a second. So I said, well, let me do another playthrough on the medium baseline loot level. It's set up, it's not supposed to be hard. It's just about me finding things and seeing how much I can find. And what kind of stuff I can find. And what I want to point out, we're on day 37. when we leave Broken Railroad. A couple days ago. So we left Mystery to Broken Railroad. Right? You can see we get to the maintenance yard, maintenance shed, maintenance yard. We get up to the hunting lodge. Boom. Somewhere in here I got a moose. Right? Either the day I got there or the day after. So then we hung out until the moose was cured. Got the moose hide bag and rocked our way back to do a little foraging here. So let's say hunting lodge. Day 24. This is what this is what I had by day 24, clothing wise. As you can see down, I don't know if I need to sew anything. I think at one point I had it up to 56, but I made a couple changes. But 54 and 25. 54 warm, 25 windproof bonus. We had the balaclava, expedition coat. Yes, you see a second one in the background. We'll get to that in a second. Urban parka, however you pronounce this sweater. We got a fisherman's sweater. The gauntlets, the mucklucks, 2 pairs of climbing socks. The only thing I'm really missing, the second pair of red underwears. Not 1, but 2 pairs of snow pants, and not 1, but 2 ear wraps, so I can have a backup to keep my moose hide bag protected and be warm. By whatever I said, day 24, day 25. I have had pilgrim runs. You know, day 90. I've done some exploring. I've been to the places to look for that kind of gear. I haven't even. Here's the deal. I started in Desolation Point. So Desolation Point, coastal. I didn't even really look around Mystery that much. A little bit of Mystery, just shot across Muskeg, straight to Broken Railroad. Day 24, 25 in Broken Railroad. I had every bit of this gear. And then I get here. And that's right. We found a second expedition parka. Ridiculous. I'm telling you. The rifles I found one at 99%, another one, 2 of them in the 80s. You know. Loot wise, like I said, I'm not even noticing that much of a difference between this and any Pilgrim playthrough I've ever had. And 2, like half of my list of things to do is going to places to look for gear. You know, I'm not saying I don't go to Milton. I just don't really need to go to Milton to look for. I have 2 of the best. I don't really need to run crazy legs to Pleasant Valley to look for the expedition parka because I have 2. In fact, I don't need to run to Pleasant Valley to go loot the plane for looking for a bunch of clothes because I've already got some of the best stuff there is. The only thing like I said, I'm missing is a pair of red underwear. I'd like a second fisherman's sweater. But that's neither here nor there. So, what it's looking like. if I want to get the kind of loot table going,
I can barely walk with this much gear.
you know, that's more sparse, that has just, you know, generally less gear. I'm definitely going to want to play on the lower baseline loot table. Because this just isn't very challenging at all. And I'm not saying that I'm not having some luck. I understand that that works out. You know, I found good stuff quickly on Interloper. It's pocket full of matches in no time. But so but I'm saying even factoring that in, it's just insane to me. And I'd like to say that I've left, I think, 2 more gauntlets. These guys right here. In different places on the map, and a pair of mucklucks. And I found a second urban parka. Stuff you just dream about, even in pilgrim mode. I have multiple. And the head wraps that I went to Broken Railroad for, I didn't find them in the little crate. Is that something? I didn't find them in the crate in the maintenance area, shed thing, whatever. I think I need to do at least 1 more water. They were just laying around in the lodge for some reason. I've never found them there before, so that was a first. I didn't know you could. But yeah, I think in my custom playthrough, I just don't think the medium loot table is going to be challenging enough. It's just not that hard. I mean, like I said, I came day by day 24. And I rolled up here, and I know you can find a good jacket here. Usually it's here, and I found this one.
Handy.
But the expedition parka was in the safe underneath the whatever. This thing. Oh, you know what? Grab a nap. But that's what I run into this game on occasion. Is like, what I would actually prefer in immersion is not really believable in this, because they make the interloper settings so insanely hard and unrealistic. I've said it before, I'll say it again. A sweater in a drawer in some house isn't going to go bad in 3 months. There we go. That just doesn't make sense. Come here. You know, a can of peaches that's new isn't going to go bad in like 3 or 4 months. Even one that's at 50%. I mean, a can of peaches that I find, I'm going to give it a shot, even if the expiration date's like 3, 4 months past. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, the loot degradation doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I said, I feel like it's just something to make that mode harder. It's not really for believability of like having a tougher survival situation. Yeah. So loot degradation is always going to be a pain. They're something I'm not going to do, because again. So yeah, so 4 pieces of coal. is all you need if you can get your fire up to 144 degrees with sticks. That will, actually, but that'll save you lots of coal and give you lots of forging. Although there is technically, I suppose, an infinite amount of coal. So yeah, like I said, so the fact that I can't, I'd be fine if I could turn on hatchets and knives, and I'd also be fine if they would put the actual gun cleaning kits for the low baseline loot. And I would be fine if they made it more rare to find, or less of, whatever. Which one's the good one?
Perfect.
You. Oh, they're both 77. Dope. Make some arrowheads.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
So really, I think what I'll do is just kind of keep like what I've got in that other
It's
playthrough
getting dark out here.
is sort of what
Look for shelter.
I'll just use the low baseline. And again, it's not that big a deal to have to make the tools. I know where the forges are. I know, like I said, I mean, I know how to get my fire out with sticks and use 4 pieces of coal. And I've done this a time or two. But I find it
I'm
a
not gonna be
bit
able to carry this load for much longer.
frustrating that they allow you to turn the weapons on and not allow you to have the gun clean. It doesn't quite compute in my brain there. Ooh, I forgot to check the fire. Whoops. Almost blew it. Get. Let's Anyway, I was just, I guess my point is, I'm a little disappointed in the fact the medium loot table is it's so weak. I mean, like, it's not hard. In fact, clothing-wise, within 24 days, I had, like, almost the perfect synthetic OP build. It's, like, ridiculous. So... definitely wasn't what I was expecting, and I have played with the medium difficulty on, and it has been tougher, but not by much. I remember I had an Expedition Parka. I remember I had snow pants. I know that I had good gear pretty quick. So. I definitely think I would have to stick with the...
Looks like I made it through another night.
that low loot. Don't worry, they're not going to bother me. For how I'm going to do my custom plays. It's just... This is way too easy. Definitely not enough of the struggle that... I'm looking for. Nothing wrong with having an extra one of those. I don't think there's anything else I really care to take with me. 94 pounds. Am I full? No, good. Let's smack a coffee. I don't have any more. Kinda doesn't matter. Alright. Grab the sewing kit. I believe I have one other hacksaw.
I could use this.
Leave that here. Get the 1, 2, 3. Some shits and beetles. Piff. So yeah, I fixed up this expedition coat. I don't know, I'm walking around with like a 56-degree warmth. Or more. But it's not just these. I found a Mariner's Peacoat. I found 2 old-fashioned parkas, whatever the coats. I found a military coat. Plenty of ski jackets and simple parkas. What else? Oh, the map. Yeah, I left it in Broken Railroad because I didn't need it. Just didn't need it. So, yeah, you know, and the thing is, I mean, I like running around personally with the Expedition and the Urban Parka. It's lightweight. It's a lot of warmth. So, but throw it in with all the other gear that I got. you know, as kind of cool and fun of an idea, I guess, as it is to run around with 2 expedition parkas. I don't see the extra pound of weight being worth it. So, but, you know, this game can still be mean to you, obviously. I absolutely don't mind having a backup expedition parka. So my curiosity, honestly, at this point is, I think I'm going to go to Milton next anyway, just because I want more coffee. It seems funny to say that, though. Oh, I just need to get some coffee from Milton. I mean, hopefully I'll find a pair of red underwear. There's a good chance that I'll find some there. But I'm kind of wondering if I can find a 3rd pair of snow pants. Hey, Wolf. I know. And then I want to go to Pleasant Valley because I want to know if maybe I can find a 3rd expedition jacket. I recall having found 2 expedition parkas before. I've definitely found 2 of the snow pants before. You know, Pilgrim playthroughs, but to have found 2 expedition parkas, 2 snow pants, and 2 urban parkas in one playthrough. It's outrageous. I mean, I'll have to check. I mean, is Pilgrim mode on medium loot table difficulty? Because I swear to gosh, it just doesn't seem that different at all. Like I said, I have more, as far as just straight up synthetic gear, I have found more of the best stuff than any other playthrough I've ever played. And the mini pilgrims I played, learning maps and doing all that stuff, never this good. Alright. Over 100, I was afraid of that. Well, over 100 already, that's what I should say.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I really wanted to bring that cloth back with me. is more important than cloth right now. Perfect. £2. I can even run if I have to. Yeah, let's get out of here. So what am I doing with this playthrough? I don't know. Come on, like I said, at this point, I'm curious if I can see how much of this good gear I can stack. I mean, it doesn't matter what, whatever playthrough I'm doing. If I can get 2 military coats, three red underwears or green underwears, Sometimes you can have some spares of any kind of clothing. That's always good. So nothing wrong with having an extra, like I said, I've got an extra urban parking now. I've got an extra expedition coat. Should those fail, I got a military coat, a Mackinac coat, a Mariners Pete coat. But I have a feeling I'm going to find more. I just, like I said, I would lose my mind, my goofy little mind. If I could get 3 of some of these things. So in Milton and Mountain Town, and near the plane crash, there's a chance to get the snow. Any pair of pants. If I could find the combat pants, they're actually a little warmer than the cargo pants. But I mean, they're not as warm as the snow. It just doesn't make sense. They're like £1.65. The snow pants are like 2.2 pounds. The trade for the warmth, for the weight on that is negligible. You add things up. Like I said, if I find a fisherman's sweater, I'll get rid of this Cowichan, this other sweater. The wind isn't blowing on me. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I guess in what the style or whatever I'm going to be adopting or playing in is going to be the low baseline loot table, because I don't really see, it's just like, you know, I wouldn't mind being able to find an expedition park. I just want it to be like a tough find. Maybe it'll be at the Signal Tower in Pleasant Valley, maybe it won't be. You know, maybe you might find it randomly somewhere, maybe you don't. But that's not how it works. You either have the ability to find 2 or 3 of like the best gear on the medium, or none of it on the low. You know, I can turn guns on, but I can't have gun cleaning kits. And I can't have knives and hatchets, even though to me that's something that would totally make sense laying around somewhere and you find something. You know, I would like to be able to turn the hatchets and knives on. Like I can do the guns. You know, the tools thing, making the tools, that really I could care the least about. That's not a big deal. Again, for me, like I said, it's an immersion thing, it's a believability thing. Obviously, I could find coffee and pots and stuff, but everybody took all their butcher knives and kitchen knives out. All these people got to chop wood. Nobody left behind a saw or a hatchet. You know, a lot of these people flew out of here. You've been leaving Bear Island for years now. Is that a deer? You son of a gun. Come on. It's a crap angle. Should drop it now. Or not. Oh well. Looked like a long shot to me. I don't really know how this game decides that kind of stuff. I don't think it's quite like Call of the Wild. Would have been nice to grab some meat, though. still might. I am too heavy to go chasing that thing down. Home sweet home. Got myself a wolf coat there. Add to the pile of guts. That filled up quick, didn't it? And the thing is, there's not, right, a ton of stuff on this table. I do have probably some crap sitting in drawers too. But I've left stuff in other places. Hatchets and hacksaws. In particular, tons of medicine, all kinds of things I've left behind. So put you in here for now. I need some space, which I have now thanks to my Moosehide bag. So what I think I'll do when I'm setting up for a custom is basically go to Stalker and then start tweaking my settings from there. And I guess I'll kick it down to the low baseline loot. Because it's just not going to be challenging enough if I don't. Well, what it bothers me on that note, I suppose, is that I don't know where all the guaranteed match spawns are. I know where a couple are. I know that you can find matches in a drawer, in a cabinet, in whatever, in a car, just like you can in any other mode. But I like the ability to just be able to start. You know, on any map. And have that ability to be like, okay, well, at least there'll be matches somewhere. Again, pretty much feels believable to me, but whatever. Like, I know where the matches spawn in Pleasant Valley. Great, you know. I don't want to spawn there every time. Start there. But yeah, this is just, might as well be Pilgrim mode. Maybe it is, like I said, I don't know, I have to check. I just figured it was a higher loot table baseline. It's gotta be. But again, you know, maybe I didn't find 5 boxes of tools here in Mystery. But I could easily have 5 boxes of tools if I had drug them from all the other places I found them in. It's a lot of tools. And again, 4 or 5 hacksaws, 3 or 4 hatchets, 4 or 5 knives. It just doesn't feel like... That's what I'm saying. That's what gets me in this game. It's not... The balance of the difficulty isn't very good. It's just really different. It's just weird. Like I said, it goes from Pilgrim mode, which is easy, to Voyager, which is easy with wolves, to Stalker, which is, as far as I'm concerned, easy with you know, extra wolves, extra wolves, bears, but it's not really that hard as far as survival is concerned. I mean, I got my food cooking skill up to level 5 within a month, within 30 days. Did it mostly with rabbits, carcasses, deer, the moose meat helped, but you know, I don't know. Well, if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's just me contemplating things and letting you know that, you know, the medium baseline loot table, you know, I didn't think is that hard. I found a bunch of coffee. Like I said, once you get your food up to level 5, it doesn't matter if the food's in a garbage condition, right? So, and like day 24, I had ridiculous amount of incredible gear with now a backup expedition code. So there you go. Alright, if you see this at a later time or date, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day. Y'all be good to each other.